When you've given a Reiki treatment to another person, and if you've taken on a pain that you know does not belong to you, while you're standing there and you're giving Reiki, you're hooked up to your team, and you can just close your eyes with your hands over client and say, if this pain does not belong to me, remove it from me now, remove it from me now, remove it from me now. If it is not your pain, you'll feel it go straight away, okay? No questions asked. However, if it hangs around, it might just be yours, okay? So then it's something that you need to, you can do work on for yourself after your client has left. I want to share a story with you now about energy and how when you're working on other people, you can sometimes pick up energy that doesn't belong to you. But don't get scared, okay? If it feels like a heavy energy, and this is the story I'm about to share with you, it can be removed, okay? So we were it was Ballina down at New South Wales. We stayed down there and we set up at an expo. It was an all-weekend expo. You know how you have the healers around the outside, the psychics on one side, the crystal table in the middle, and you've probably been to these expos before. Anyway, I was there. It was about lunchtime coming up, and I could see this lady. She kept walking past over the morning, and I'm thinking, she might come over a bit later on. Yeah, sure enough, she rocks up after lunch. And she goes, can I have a go? I said, yeah, sure. I explained Reiki to her a little bit. I said, just hop up on the table, relax. And she laid down, ready to go, hooked up to my team, had permission to put my hands on her for healing. With my team, Archangel Michael, always, always, always. And as soon as I was ready, I put my hands over her eyes, tuned into her energy. And then straight away something jumped from her onto me, and it literally knocked me back. I stepped back from the table, and I remember all the healers up the side, they're looking at me going, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And I could feel it, and its hooks were in and everything across the top of my back. I could sense that it was a big energy. Goosebumps already. But I had Archangel Michael at my back. I had my team working with me, and I'm standing there and they're going, it's okay, we've got you, keep working. So I'm like, right, do the work. So I go back in, tuning into this woman, doing Reikiing through her, picking up messages along the way with this thing still on my back, okay? I end up doing the woman's entire body, and when I get to the feet, I've got everything that I need to let her know, help her sit up, and how are you feeling? This thing is still on my back. And the first thing I said to her was, when you first got on the table, you had a heavy energy around you. You need to know that that has gone now. Okay, I didn't say it's on my back, thank you so much. Okay, don't get like that. Just realize, because she would be a lot lighter now without whatever that was stuck to me. And she even said, she goes, yeah, I can feel something's gone and I feel so much lighter. Great, thank you. And I said, you're welcome. And I gave her all the rest of the messages, big hug, made payment. Off she went, happy as Larry around the corner. She disappeared. And then I'm like, oh God, because I could still feel it. Anyway, the woman that ran this show, this expo, she was a psychic as well, and I saw her down the other end of the Ballina RSL walking, and she saw me hunched over, so she's looking quite concerned. Tiny lady, long blonde hair, Indian dress, bare feet, and a drum. And I just looked at her and went, and she come running over to me, and she's looking me up and down. She goes, come on, we'll go into the foyer. I said, all right. So I go into the foyer of the Ballina RSL club. And when you got something like this on you, you don't care who's around. And there's the elderly walking in with their walkers looking at us like, and they keep going to get their meal. I'm just standing there, no shoes on, just hunched over with this attachment on me. Anyway, the lady, she gets her drum and she starts at my feet. She just goes bump, one bump, and that was a good drum. Moves up to the knees, bump. Up to my hips, bump, up to my middle back, bump, and up to my upper back. Boom, wow, 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 bump, 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 bump. As soon as it got to that right vibration, bump, the thing just lifted off and I could feel it, and I actually stood up and went, oh my God. Whew. So there is a way that you can get rid of attachments that come in that don't belong to you. But what do you do when you don't have a lady with a drum? Okay, and we'll get into this as the course goes along, but don't get scared of anything that you might be picking up. Some people carry heavy things for a reason. These heavy things need to be around them to help them in some way or other, which we can't see. There's always a bigger picture here at play. But just know, if it's not yours, your team is with you, which is why I'm always saying Archangel Michael, okay? Protection, protection. Trust your team, listen. And if you can't hear them yet, just say in your mind, okay, I've got something on me. I know you've got to be there, okay? And keep on doing the work. And then you'll go through all the clearing processes that we can go through. Some of them take a minute, so it's not like some big drawn out drama or traumatic experience. It is easy, just like that. This is energy, and energy moves with the flick of a thought. Okay, so remember that. Archangel Michael and your team have always got your back and your front and your sides and your mind. Everything is energy, so play safe.